What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Chilling with me. If you have never seen any of my videos before, welcome. You are officially chilling with Nelly in 2019. Yes. So like I said in my previous video, I am definitely trying to get these videos out. So I'm gonna do a couple of them tonight because I am so backed up on my vision board. But I want to, we're 10 days into the new year. Whoop whoop. And in the spirit of January being my sorority's founders month, I definitely wanted to do this video. It was very highly requested. I had a young lady inbox me on I want to send it to me on Snapchat and was asking me about my sorority and why I did it. So this is a story time about why and how I picked my sorority. See, I added something. If you can tell by this beautiful momentum right here, this was actually given to me by Shantae. Shantae is an ace that came before me, and I have kept this all these years, and y'all just don't know, this necklace has been with me through so much. I have held on to this for so long, but this is given to me by Shantae, and this is very special to me. I got this the night that I crossed. She gave this to me. And she personally gave this to me, so I kept it. But, so I wanted to have that for my video. You can't really see it in my video, so let me see if I can put it to where you can see it. Yeah, let's put it up here. Let's be cute with it, girl. Yes. Okay. So, basically, I went to college. I went to Jacksonville State University. I crossed in 2011. I crossed, I was the ace, for the Chi Nu chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And basically how and why I chose my sorority was based on I went to convocation, which most schools convocation is required that you go, but convocation is basically just where you go and listen to everybody talk and basically just listen to what they have to say about their organization. And I listened to it. I definitely was like, oh, okay, I thought it was cute at the time. And since on this channel we're gonna be just completely honest, I was like, I liked the Zetas, and then I liked another organization. I'm not gonna say it, my sorority knows who it was, but I was like, okay, I like both of these, but I don't know anything about either one of them. I was like, it sounds good, because both of them made it sound really good. It was like a sales pitch, and they made it sound so appealing. But I wanted to do my research. I wanted to find out like what the real was. Like I wanted to find out what the real deal was. Like, is this really what it is? Like, because anybody can paint you a pretty picture, but I just wanted to get the real tea, the real deal, like the whole story behind it. And so I went to an informational for one of them. Well, I went to information about both of them. Informational is basically different from convocation in the fact that it's a little more in-depth. They give you a little bit more information. I started asking around about different organizations. I was in ROTC in college, Army ROTC, shout out to JSU. So I started asking people who was already in organizations, like, what did they think? Like, could they tell me anything? Would they advise it? What was it like? How's the process? Things like that. And then I already had family members that were in the organization. So I had kind of seen some stuff and been privileged to know some stuff, but not too much. I didn't know like in-depth stuff about other organizations besides the one that my brother did. So I wasn't really like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't really like familiar with how the process worked, basically how I say that. So after that, I will say that the other organizations sounded real. It was more so about how many girls can we get, how many people. It was more so about, can you make it look good, like just based on you wearing our letters, like what kind of images are gonna say. To me, it wasn't personal. It wasn't they really cared about who you were as a person or anything about you. It was just the public perception of it, and it didn't seem sincere, I guess is the way to put it. It just seemed real, just, I don't know. And maybe it's just because it wasn't, as in depth as I expected it to be. It just was real, just I don't know. It wasn't about the organization, I guess is the best way to put it. It was more so about the people there versus the whole organization in general. I really didn't know anything about the whole organization in general. I can only tell you about the women that were in that room specifically. And I don't know, maybe that's just how they set their thing up to be that way. But when I went to the Zeta informational, Zeta went very much in depth. Like the Zetas there before I joined, they had a PowerPoint presentation. They were on point. They had everything, like it was, the setup was on point. The presentation was on point. The information was so in depth, and it was more than just about the women there. It was about the organization as a whole. I found out about the Storkness project where they about giving back. I found out about all the community organizations that they were involved in, about all of the things, the outreach that they did, about all of the stuff that they were doing in the community. It wasn't just about mixers and parties and who you can hang out with and who you can take pictures with. It was more so about what they did and what they stood for. And when they did it, it didn't just seem like a bunch of people in a room. It seemed like a family. Like these women had been around each other. Like you could tell, like if you get into an argument with these people, it's not going to be, oh, I'm going to throw your business on social media. Like, you could tell it's like, okay, we're going to go in this room, we're going to hash it out, and then we're going to come back out, and it's still a family. Because sometimes you don't get to pick your sisters. I mean, I didn't get to pick my brother. He was given to me. So you don't get to pick your sisters sometimes. They're just given to you when it comes to an organization. And sometimes your sisters don't always get along. But to me, it seemed like it just was very family oriented. It was very much like, I love these girls. I would give my life for them. And that's what made me choose Zeta. So that's why I chose Zeta. And I was so happy when I got the call back. And it was just very personal. Like they took the time to get to know me. They talked to me one-on-one. I talked to them one-on-one. You know, it was very, very, very personal, you know. So I liked it. Of course, obviously I joined. So I guess the next question I was asked, I'm gonna do my story time, was would I recommend Zeta and what was my probate like? I think is what she asked me, or something about my probate. But basically, would I recommend Zeta? And when do I recommend joining a sorority? That was another question she asked me. I joined as a freshman. I definitely would not recommend doing it as a freshman. That's like the one thing I can say. I wouldn't recommend it doing it as a freshman because like with me at that time, I didn't come from the best upbringing. I didn't come from the best background. I didn't know who I was. Like I was going through a lot emotionally, mentally. I had no stability at all in my life. And I thought that maybe that would be one that would help. Because I was thinking, oh, it's sisters. Like, I didn't have any sisters. So, I have a sister, but we at that point, we had not talked in, like, 12, 13 years. But I felt like maybe this would be, like, a way out. This would be like, okay, I got sisters. I got a support system. Something I never had. I didn't have that stability. So, I thought that would be that. But in order for them to be that for me, I had to be that for them. And I didn't necessarily know how to do that at that time because I couldn't do it for myself. So how could you do it for somebody else? You definitely have to know who you are and be able to stand on your own 2 feet and be strong. I definitely was real tomboyish. I had no interest in makeup. I wore pajamas to class. I was real like wretched and ghetto and was ready to fight. Just definitely not the person I am today. But they had a lot, they played a part into making me the woman that I am. That, you know, they definitely helped out a lot and just polishing that diamond. So I will say that. But I definitely, like, I love them. I would not change it from them for the world. I definitely would say that each and every person, each and every woman that I came in contact with made an impact in my life one way or another. I have 5 LSs. I have Simone, Beans, Tempest, and Whitney. Those are my 4 LSs because it's 5 of us all together. So I have 4 LSs. And I love them. We still talk to this day. We have a group chat. We talk to each other. You know, we text each other. We don't necessarily get to see each other as much as we want because we're all kind of spread out now, you know, living our lives and stuff. But I definitely will say that I am very grateful and very thankful for it. And that's my experience as to why I chose to be a Zeta. So, as always, it has been great chilling with you guys, and I'm going to leave you guys with a Bible verse from Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything flows from it. So guard your heart, protect yourself, love everyone as you want to be loved, and as God loves you. And thank you so much for tuning in and chilling with Nelly.